The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, the guys discuss the new film, The Photograph, Wilder vs. Fury, and intro a new segment called Buy or Sell. They also answer a listener question and wrap things up with some trivia. All that and more. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I guess we gotta do it then. You alright? Check, pull, out, money, West Coast. Let's get it. Strap in, let's take a ride. Oh yeah, it's about that time, right? Been waiting all week to get to this. It's finally time to defy life. Let's chop it up. Keep it trail, no other way. That's what we do. We might disagree, but it's all love. Guarantee we gon' speak the truth. Yeah, this hit different. My guys with me, now who's with us? Stick around for a few minutes. It's contagious. You'll get it. You downloaded the realest. Don't feel us, forget out. You not rocking with Defy Life, then what's your life about? This ain't Defy Life. Told you. On to the shy line. I'm gonna let this ride out though. This is Defy Life. Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. This episode is sponsored by Bud Bottles, home of the Bud Bottle and the Bud Freshener. Please visit budbottles.com for your odor eliminating needs. This is episode 146, y'all. Come on in, wipe your feet, close the door behind you. I'm your host, J.R. Glymph, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Alvin Glymph, Thomas Stevens. What's good with you, Al?
Ain't nothing, man. Trying to get my energy up. Was watching a little bit of that Democratic debate.
Wow, getting your heart rate up and all kind of shit. All right. Anybody drop any bombs? Bernie paying for my student loans? What's going on?
I heard something drop. That may have been Al.
Might have hit the floor. Yeah, somebody might have dropped the bomb on the debates. The kid hit the floor.
I'm saying, right? Apparently, I can't talk about the Democrats tonight. The Russians must have a bug or something like that.
It's true.
But it's good to be here. It's good to be here. That's all I said.
No doubt. Pooh, what's good with you?
Man, nothing. It's all love. Jump back in the gym, feeling refreshed.
Okay.
Yeah, ready to get it going, man. What's good?
Shit, ain't nothing, man. Just looking forward to this tonight. Probably. I said I was going to check out a little bit of this. Some good games on tonight. Got the Bucks and the Raptors, and then the Lakers and Pelicans. So I was going to check that out, but my body ain't feeling like it, so I don't know.
True that. Hey, your body different, B.
My body different, B.
Different.
So we shall see. But yeah, man. Ain't nothing crazy, man. It's good to hear y'all's voices. So funny story. It ain't even a funny story. Did y'all hear Money making up for his false shout out of Keon on their show?
I did listen to that show. He mentioned that. Oops.
Right.
I wasn't even on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's shouting out Keon. I was like, I know Money ain't listened to the last two shows of ours.
True.
But then I listened to show 3. I think it was show 3, the show where it's just West Coast and
and Paul, yeah.
Hollywood Paul getting kind of tired of the shout outs to the flagship show, yo. He was like, all right, enough with the shout outs, nigga. Y'all did enough shout outs in the beginning of the show. All right with that. I'm like, oh, tension in the room.
Right. Sorry, Paul. We used to people not liking us. We're used to people resenting us for being the flagship. But
it didn't take long. It was show 3.
All right. Right.
Well, yeah, that's a good show, man. That's a good listen.
Yeah. So if y'all don't, even if Paul don't want to shout us out, we'll shout them out. So shout out to those, to Money, West Coast, and Paul, Hollywood Paul. Y'all doing your thing, man, on Unsupervised, the spinoff. Proud of you dudes, man. Y'all keep it up.
True indeed.
No doubt. But yeah, man. Again, we ain't got a crazy long show, so we're just gonna jump right into it, man. It wouldn't. I'm taking everybody watch the fight, Wilder and Fury this weekend.
Yeah,
I did.
If you didn't, we got highlights on the Defy Life, website.
We do, yep. So if you didn't get to check it out, go to you can visit godefylife.com and check out the highlights of the fight. But yeah, man, it didn't take long. After the fight was over, of course, we texting each other, and I ain't gonna lie, I knew from the beginning something wasn't right with Wilder.
Right.
It's come out now that, and even if it is, if you say it's an excuse, whatever you think, it's a pretty viable excuse. He says, and it's his fault really, but he says the attire that he wore and the mask, everything that he wore on his ring entrance took his legs away. It was a 40-pound suit. Why would they even? Why would you even do that? But he said, walking in, once he got into the ring and realized, when the fight started, he was like, he knew he didn't have any legs. And the fight intros now are so, like, such a big deal and take so much energy out of you. You kind of want to minimize that as much as possible. Why would you add a 40-pound suit to that? But first of all, shout out to my man D Smoke for that intro, for the intro song on Wilder's entrance. That was dope.
No doubt.
D Smoke is
no doubt.
D Smoke is super good. But Al, did you notice the fight was kind of over before, and especially after he got hit in the ear? Did you kind of realize the fight was kind of over before it started?
Well, I didn't. I guess it wasn't until the knockdown, that I really started wondering, because I was pulling for Wilder. I thought his power would be the difference. But I didn't read the strategy coming in. I mean, Fury had a great strategy of leaning on him, trying to wear him down as well. I mean, I know he's trying to say the costume made a effect, and I'm sure it did. But a 300-pound man leaning on me every chance he got, that's a lot too. Right. But they mentioned it, I think, during the fight, and if you look at the knockout, he kind of tries to draw attention to it, the knockdown. But I thought he did get hit in the back of the head, that first punch. And, that's illegal. And it's a reason it's illegal, because it can damage or disorient a fighter. So I didn't think it was an intentional rabbit punch, but when I looked at where he hit him, and then when he falls down, he kind of gestures to the ref like, damn, dog, you gonna let him hit me like that?
Right.
But that was just the beginning of an onslaught that that might have put a hole in the giant, but he wore his ass down and beat the shit out of him for the rest of the fight. Right. So I really was holding out for a couple of rounds, like, all right, maybe he'll get his legs in, maybe he'll recover. But he kept getting hit. He kept tumbling and falling, and never could get his balance right. And I wonder, if the blow to the ear and the damage to the ear, they were talking about how that could make a man his equilibrium off, and that had a lot to do with it. But all in all, I thought it was a good fight. And when they talk all the time in terms of styles, how styles make fights, and how the strategy of a fight can make such of a difference. And I think the strategy of wearing down from a big man perspective to a fighter who doesn't move a lot.
Right.
Like, you know, when you think about how some fighters deal with being undersized, is they stay away from them and don't allow the big man to lean on them and wear him down like that. Wilder's not that type of fighter. He gonna, you know, not try to knock the shit out of you, which makes him a stationary target. So all in all, I was pleased. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch, but you know, I thought Fury did a good job.
Yeah, Wilder has said he's gonna take the rematch clause, so there will be a third fight, and they're looking at sometime this summer. He says he doesn't want to have a tune-up fight, no fights in between. He wants to get right back to it. So, which I could see. Pooh, what do you if that third fight happens? Well, when that third fight happens, what does for one, what does Wilder have to do differently in your opinion? And two, do you think Fury will come out with the same strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he'll try to double up on his strategy. However, not saying I didn't like his strategy or I don't think it'll, work again. I don't know if it'll be that potent, the second time. I think I'm definitely going to give Fury his credit, because at this point it looked definitely, ingenious. However, man, round one, you could tell that Wilder didn't have any legs. He couldn't move. He didn't have a spring. His like we talked about before, Jay, his punches didn't have any snap. And it was like he couldn't generate any power. He couldn't fish. He couldn't dip. Right. And it not that he couldn't do it. He just didn't look like himself doing it. Right. And like I said, I don't know that if it will be that successful again, because Wilder's better than what he showed. Yeah. And I mean, we knew it was something. We knew it was something, holding him back. I didn't even know. I just thought maybe he had on the new Nike Cements or something. I mean, but he could move, man. And like you said, why put on the Navy, deep diving suit? I mean, why put on the suit that Cuba Gooding Jr. wore in Men of Honor? I mean, why?
Get up, Cookie. Stand up, Cookie.
What? Oh man.
I mean, I'm just saying the weight of it, and I'm sure he was sucking wind, walking in and mask over his face, and I'm taking Wilder though. I mean, I don't think he can outbox Fury. That's my first time ever seeing Fury fight, but he seems to be, a technician. Like he can really box. Like when I saw Ruiz, I was like, oh, Ruiz can really box. Like he doesn't look the part, but the guy can really box. But I'm taking Wilder round 3. I mean match 3, the rematch.
Here's my thing. Like as much as I want to see Wilder win, like. We talked about this before because, Wilder's Keon's dude, and he would always talk about Wilder. We talked about his power, but we all, we said this before when we were talking about him, is if he doesn't, what happens when he doesn't connect with that one punch? And the difference in other big punchers that we've seen, like you look at, think about Mike Tyson, George Foreman, they at least have the skill and the experience to like get by and change it up until they can hit you. Right. You know what Wilder's going to do every single fight. Every single fight I watched him, he doesn't change it up. I don't know if he can change it up. And Teddy Atlas after the fight said immediately, like flat out, Deontay Wilder can't fight.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah.
And if he can't hit you, he's done. There's nothing he can do to back it up. It's just that one punch is his saving grace, and it's so good that it has been his saving grace. He didn't, but if he gets to where he's not able to, generate power, or he's not able to hit you, he's not a good fighter. So that's what's concerning is the next fight. Fury knows what he's going to go up against.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mystery of what Wilder's going to do.
And he has to be extremely confident, having taken the punch the first fight, seen his strategy work the second fight. So he got to come into the third fight like you unless you learn how to fight in a year. Exactly. I ain't got much to worry about.
Yeah.
Because you don't really see too many fighters get that far where all they do is just like, yo, I'm just trying to hit this motherfucker once.
Right.
True. Like, all I need for just
like,
one shot.
Yeah, like that was kind of like, that's most fighters' downfall. Like that was Mike Tyson's downfall where he got to where he just wanted to hit you one time. People figured him out.
Agreed.
But I don't know, like, at this point, you're 34 years old. Are you capable of learning how to box and fight? Like that's it's a huge deal. So, I don't know. We'll see. And of course, the weight differences made a big difference. I think, both fighters were about 20 pounds heavier than the first fight. And it allowed, not only was, Wilder dealing with, extra 20 pounds of Fury leaning on him, but he also had his own 20 pounds that he was dealing with during the fight.
True. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Oh, yeah, true that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So, and you think of, that and with the cookie soup, man, that's a lot of shit.
It looked like a combination of the Panther.
Right.
Like, just some costume dude fucked it all up and morphed and was like, nah, motherfucker, you just combined designs and shit and came out with that.
Shit was like a Gordon Gartrell suit. But I was, and the shit had batteries in it and all kinds. I was like, man, you're doing too much.
What am I gonna do with this?
Right. Gordon Gartrell,
Black on my socks.
Right.
Hey, I just watched the episode. Hey, just tuck it in a little more. He says, tucked into my socks.
That's one of the funniest shit.
Yo, the kid had a Gordon Gartrell Black Panther suit.
Boy, that's crazy. Just tucked into my socks.
Oh, shit. But yeah, man. So, I mean, I want to see I want to see the rematch. Because I did think that, I think the first fight is, if any fight is a draw, I think that first fight was a draw. And then this fight, I just think I hate to see any potential rivalry or any like huge fight or get anything like go one-sided, super one-sided on he just got unlucky, man. Like, I mean, granted, the bad decision, right? Yeah, like maybe, like we don't definitively know. So I want to see a third fight.
Yeah, so do I. So do I.
But I mean, whether it was you consider it unlucky or a bad decision or both, to wear that heavy ass suit, in the walk in, whatever it is, I want to see both dudes come in, and actually have full strength. So
because it's
the last time you seen somebody talk that much shit in an event that was promoted that much, because it did generate a lot of buzz, right? And then get his ass kicked. Like, that was just, I mean, I was kind of disappointed. Like,
I was too. It's kind of like
talking Cash Money shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a couple months ago when the dude, the UFC dude that was wearing the MAGA hat, got in there and got his ass whooped by the African dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Green was talking that shit with Mike Tyson, right? The Green with the
Mitch.
What was his name?
Mitch got caught in the street. Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah, he did.
But that's what I like about boxing, is because it's like you can talk all this shit,
all
these people talking shit, all these social medias, all this shit at the weigh-in, yada, all your walk-in, all that shit. You could talk shit up until the bell ring. Then it's me and you, motherfucker.
Right. And that's the beauty of it, is like it ain't no buffer, there's no ball, ain't no teammates, ain't shit out there but me and you, and then nothing you can do to, like, it's literally just me and you. Ain't no pads, like Ain't
It was
no
around
plays.
the 4th round where Fury walked back to the ring, and I've seen this look before on different courts, on different fields. Like, motherfucker, I am whooping your ass,
Right.
and you can't do nothing about it.
shit
Your
you
mama
do.
can't even save you tonight, motherfucker.
Right. Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, did he just give him the look?
Right.
Yes, he gave him the look. Walk back to his shit like, motherfucker, I can't
Right.
wait to get back out here and hit you.
Yeah. So if nothing, like if nothing else, I want to see Fury get his ass whooped for licking blood off another man's neck. You know,
Yeah, that was wild.
Nasty.
No, that was wild.
Really, dude.
Bro, that was wild.
Nasty shit. That was some nasty shit.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, he want to taste blood.
Right.
I feel you.
Yeah. So
That's even deeper than the old Miami Hurricane joint. Jay with Shockey, and remember they lost
Yeah.
on the yeah.
right. Yeah. So we will see. We will definitely see. So we have a few months, and they're gonna do this again. So I don't know. I think it'll be entertaining, and we might as well see it because I don't think if we don't see that fight, it's not going to be anytime soon that either one of them is gonna see Anthony Joshua. So might as well see a third fight of them.
Might as well.
They didn't fight again though, right? Joshua and Ruiz, did it?
Nah, just twice.
Just twice?
Yeah, they fought again in December. Joshua got his belts back. He beat the shit out of him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah,
Where have I been?
yeah it was pretty non-eventful fight. It was wasn't a good fight. It was pretty
You knocked him out?
one-sided. Nah, no, it was a
Okay,
decision.
with the way.
Yeah, but it was pretty one-sided.
Okay, so that's why they was talking about on Sports Center. Is it time for Joshua and Fury? Okay,
Right.
I was wondering why I was saying that.
So, but we're all prisoners of the moment. If Wilder comes back and wins this one, then they'll be talking about now he's the best fighter to fight
Right,
Josh.
right.
So,
Right.
but I want Wilder to win. But like we just said, if we're talking about who's the best fighter, who's the best heavyweight in the world, it's not Deontay Wilder because he can only do one thing, and that's the disappointing part. I wish he rounded out his game a lot more. So
Just a little jab, an uppercut, something.
yeah, something. Especially
And movement. You need to move more.
right? Yeah, something to kind of because you just is sitting you like Phillip Rivers back there, man. Everybody know we gonna be at. So
Wow. Right.
but,
Ready to drop the Bama hammer.
right. Well, speaking of shit that needs to be more well-rounded, has anybody seen The Photograph, the new movie with Issa Rae and?
I have not.
So apparently everybody was hyping it up to be this generation's Love Jones. And I'll preface this by saying I'm not even a big fan of Love Jones. I'm not a big Love Jones fan like a lot of people are. However, this shit ain't got nothing to own Love Jones.
No.
Yo.
Oh.
When I say this shit is hugely disappointing, I had to check the credits to see if Tyler Perry directed this shit. Nah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that damn bad. It was pretty bad.
Damn.
You just lost 80% of our black
Right.
Especially the ones over 50. Yeah.
Oh man, tell everybody. And the ones that's going to church every Sunday, man. We lost all them.
They live and die
Man,
by TP.
did he just say?
Tyler?
Was that supposed to
TP?
be something bad about Tyler? What Tyler Perry got to do with it? So yeah,
Right.
my bad, y'all. But it was, oh man, it was a bad movie. And it's crazy because when me and Pooh had talked last week, and you or your wife was going to see it, and I was like, yeah. At that time, I was sick, so I was like, man, I'm on a sick and shut in list. There's
Right.
something to try to get me out, get me through my days. So let me go ahead and fire this thing up on the Fire Stick and watch it. And I still want my money back. It's Pools, was it as bad for you as it was for me?
Yeah, because they got me for $22. Worse for me.
Oh, it was worse for you.
You know, they shafted me.
Wow.
But I was like, bro, they can at least give me 10 of my dollars back. You know, I mean, it wasn't horrible. However, you know, the value of whatever your circumstances change when you pay for it.
Right.
Definitely.
And when you pay a substantial amount, like when you're like $20, you're like, bro, wow, they bugging, and I need to get something back.
Was it the acting? Was it the plot?
No, it was like,
wasn't bad.
No, the acting wasn't bad. And when we left, you know, Keita looked at me and she was like, man, it just wasn't enough talking. Like there wasn't any dialogue. Like it just jumped from one spot to another spot. It was because, you know, in the love story, the best part of the love story is the courtship. You know, every and I love Love Jones, and you know the courtship was it was mad ill in there. However, I judge all love stories by The Notebook because the courtship was like out of this world. The thing that the kid went through to get the date, then when he finally got the date, the you know he just scorched the earth to do whatever.
That kid built their fucking house. So yeah.
Yo,
he built their house,
and you just judge everything by that, and it just failed in comparison, man. It really did.
Yeah, man. I like Issa Rae, and I like Lakeith Stanfield. I just think there wasn't enough character development, so it just kind of like situations that they were in just seemed to not carry any weight towards their relationship. It was just like, it was so linear. Like there weren't any, it was just weird. Like nothing, like there was no struggle in their relationship. Like it's like everything was just cool. You know, and then when something did happen, it was like, it ain't that big of a deal. Like, and I'm trying not to spoil it. Shout out to Migs. But you know, as always, definitely check it out for yourself. And again, I'm not even, you know, I always thought Love Jones tried too hard. So I've never been a big fan of Love Jones. You know, I just thought it was a movie that tried too hard. I was always a bigger fan of, like I like Brown Sugar. I like Notebook. You know, but like how Brown Sugar had, you know, side stories and miscellaneous characters that played a part in the relationship. Like there was just none of that in The Photograph, and it was highly predictable. And you know how I feel about that, but yeah, I just didn't. It just didn't really catch me at all.
So I haven't seen it, and I'm gonna try to see it for the next show, so I can try to give my opinion.
Yeah.
But I will say I did like Love Jones. That was I like that movie. Love and Basketball is another one that I thought was a good love story.
Yeah,
definitely Brown Sugar. I haven't seen The Notebook, so I gotta go check that out. I just wrote that down. So I'm gonna try to see that one too before the next show.
For real. Check out The Notebook.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, I mean, if it is how y'all describing it, I'm gonna, you know, probably side with y'all. But I'll give it a check. I'll give it a check.
And it had and that's the sad thing, is it had a ton of potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. No, the story really could have been worthwhile. It really could have been.
All right. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out, and we'll jump back on next week and talk about it and wrap it up some more.
Sounds good.
But yeah, man. So I want to introduce a new segment to y'all. So kind of similar to our listener question every week, but it's gonna be a statement from me, and I want to know if you buy or sell what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So simply be called buy or sell. First thing I have in our buy or sell segment is this, and I'll explain why I say this after I make the statement. Luka Doncic will be the best player in the NBA before Zion Williamson. Pooh, buy or sell?
Let me ask one question.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if I think it's going to be someone else, that doesn't matter. It's just these two players.
If you think it'll be neither one of them, you sell it.
Okay, I'm gonna sell it.
Okay. All right. Al, buy or sell? Luka Doncic will be the best player in the NBA before Zion Williamson.
Sell.
Okay. Now the reason I asked it that way is because I'm gonna, because I have an update on my personal standings, right? So I did say that whenever I feel like somebody's taking over as LeBron being the best player in the NBA, I will let y'all know.
You had said that before. I'll give you that one.
I'll tentatively say that now. Giannis is the best player in the NBA right now.
Okay.
Now,
LeBron is no longer in the NBA.
I'll give you props because you're only a year late, right?
Now,
right?
The reason I say it tentatively.
Wait.
Okay.
I'll say this, and I'm giving you props because when Kobe passed the mantle to LeBron, I probably was like 2 years late. So I'm giving you props because you came to the realization probably before I admitted it. But and you had to say tentative. You right. Go ahead, keep going.
I did say tentatively because I'm still holding out to see what Giannis is going to do in the playoffs. Because we've seen this before. Somebody rocks out in the regular season and then the playoffs come and they don't deliver.
But people did that with LeBron, though. And that's where I was late. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't delivering in the playoffs, and I probably was slighting him more than I should have been because he wasn't delivering the playoffs. And there's a lot more factors to that than just, you know.
Right. Yeah. And which, like that's a whole different conversation for me. Because I don't think Kobe was ever the best player in the league. I always thought it was Tim Duncan in that era.
Okay, yeah. That's another show. I ain't gonna go down the path.
But I mean, I say it like this: I don't think Kobe was like the best player in that entire stretch. I think him and Duncan kind of went back and forth, one A, you know, as opposed to like this stretch was been LeBron for so long that there's a definite handoff.
Yeah, we could argue that too, because honestly, I've been on record saying it was Durant some years. I've been on record saying it was Kawhi some years.
Right.
So that stretch that you're claiming, I don't think some of us will give you that.
Right. But I'm saying this is why I'm making the statement, which is I'm giving my point of view on it. So no, I ain't discrediting what you're saying. What I'm just saying is that's why I stated it this way is because to me there is a clear handoff, and so I'll say if the trajectory goes as it looks like it's going to go, because we've talked about Milwaukee's ascension in the East, and they're pretty much going to run through the East in the playoffs. If it gets to that point and they get to the finals, there's no question to me. But I got to see it happen in the playoffs. And regardless of whether we're talking about Kobe, Duncan, LeBron, at some point, those dudes got it done in the playoffs, and we knew, okay, it's daytime right now. I want to see that moment with Giannis. But I'll say this, tentatively, LeBron is no longer the best player in the NBA. I told y'all I'd let y'all know. So until I see that happen in the playoffs, but just what I'm seeing on a night in, night out basis, what he has to carry for his team, load wise, like all that stuff, it's Giannis right now.
But that being, and I think to your question, like Luka is a monster.
Right.
And while I give it to Giannis and find it hard to see how Giannis or even Zion are going to pass, how Luka or Zion will pass Giannis in Giannis's prime. Like, I just, as good as I think they're going to be, I still don't think y'all going to be as good as Giannis. So
this is why, because Giannis is Luka's only 20, Zion's only 19, right? So at some point, and Giannis is what, 27?
Dang, he's that old already? But okay, go ahead with your point. I'll look it up.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm making that statement, saying that right now Giannis is the best player in the NBA. At some point, his time's going to come to pass the mantle to somebody. And so with the talent, what he is now, the hype, the projection moving forward, everybody assumes that Zion's going to be that next guy. But like you just said, Luka's a monster. Will Luka, even if it's for a year or two, will he take that mantle before Zion does?
I don't think so. I think by then it probably will be Zion.
Okay.
Honestly. But I look at the three of them, for the next 5-6 years are going to be, the young crop that is going to assume the face of the league. Because every time I watch those players, like I enjoy it. Like they're special. Even same thing with Trey though. I went to watch Trey last week. That kid.
Oh yeah, Trey is. Yeah.
He has to get more stamina.
Giannis will be 26 at the end of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he's still kind of young.
Right.
Trey needs to get more stamina so he can play throughout the game and can take the wear and tear of the defense.
Gotcha.
Like that, he does wear down a little bit. But even in him getting rest, he put up 50 points against the Heat, and that was with Jimmy Butler guarding him at points. And he's hard to cover. I think he's going to be a star in this league too.
All right. Trey's already. I mean, it's funny because it took. Like it's hard to realize that like Steph is what 31 already. Because he kind of went through the injuries and all that stuff the first 4 years of his career, and so it kind of made him seem younger because we didn't see his ascension through those first 4 years. And like Trey is far ahead of where Steph was at this point in his career. And though I say Steph because of the comparison in their style of play.
Oh yeah, I see it, I make it, and I agree with it.
Yeah.
To me, he is potentially he could be the Curry of this generation.
Yeah.
Because of his shooting ability. And his ball handling skills. But what I don't see, as I compare their games at their age, I don't see the playmaking vision. Like he gets assists, but Steph, I think was better at that age.
I can see that. And you think like Steph may had a better playmakers around him and finishers around him at that age. You look back at Monte Ellis and Iguodala, that early in his career.
Yeah, true.
But Trey, I guess if it's anybody that we can compare to Steph, it's Trey. But it's definitely some. I think, Pooh, I know you're a Luka guy. What did your thought around making a sell on that statement?
Man, I sold it because I think it's gonna be Ja. I think it's gonna be Ja Morant, man.
I feel that.
I'm just looking at that kid, and I mean, not saying I don't see it in those other guys, but I'm just looking at the other points, and he just, and I'm a huge Rose fan, but he just reminds me so much of that. But he just seems like, and I guess he's able to do more because we didn't just turn Derek loose. But he's ahead of where Derek was at that, at this point, because we didn't turn him loose because we had other guys there, but they done turned Ja loose, and I saw Kawhi on him a few times, and he was dancing around Kawhi going to the basket, and I said, you know what, Ja's gonna be a huge problem. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be him. I mean, those guys probably battling it out. Like you said, they'll, edge another 1 year and another year back and forth, seesaw it. But I really think I think it's gonna be Ja. But I do love Luka and Zion.
Question.
Luka, what's up?
Let me ask you this: when's the last time we saw a point guard? And I ain't talking about 6'9" point guards like Magic or LeBron. I'm talking about a legit point guard under 6'5".
Right.
Be the best player in the league.
The best player in the league. I mean, it was like they were maybe not head and shoulders above everyone else.
Unquestionably, the best player in the league.
I can't even name that. You know, I can't name that. Not since I've been around. I mean, I don't know about Zeke because and then you had Magic and all those other guys, and so he wasn't head and shoulders. They were saying he was the best point, but
correct, he wasn't best player though.
Yeah, it wasn't best player, but I haven't seen it, and even when Derek won the MVP, and I know y'all probably don't agree with me, but I think he was the best player in the league.
Okay,
Derek,
I don't agree with you.
No,
I mean, I do.
But that's what I was gonna say is there's been guys that could be in that top 3 to 5, and then maybe they're your favorite, so they could be the best. You get what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
So I don't think we could ask 10 other people, and anybody else other than Derrick Rose fans will say he's the best. So I get it. There's a reason Jadakiss is in my top 5. He's just my fucking favorite. Don't argue with me. So, but I can reasonably listen to somebody say, "Man, you crazy," and I can be like, "Yeah, I probably am." So I'm guessing at any point. And the reason I asked that question, I'm guessing at any point, Zeke, AI, Rose. I'm sure there were plenty of people probably had them in that top 3 to 5 conversation at some point in their career. But anybody that had no dog in the fight, that was completely unbiased and looking at it totally objectively, would not say that any of them were the best player in the league at any stretch of their career. That's my only concern about. That's my only concern about Ja. Is it's I don't even think anybody would say for a stretch of his career Steph was the best player in the NBA.
I mean, like you said, it'd be definitely argumentative.
It'd be an argument.
Because I watched him. Yeah, because I watched him. I was like, you know what? Man, that kid the best in the game. Or he's there. But like you say, you couldn't say head and shoulders. Nah.
Right.
Not with LeBron in the league.
Right.
In the league.
Right. And then that's the difference is when you're looking at point guards, as important as they are, it's tough because you saw when Steph was without his troops, Steph just couldn't make that much of a difference. As good as Steph is, when his troops started going down, they lost to the fucking Raptors.
I mean, because when you think about it, I guess it's whether it's the position, their height, just the impact they have on a game. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, it tends to impact winning. Right. You know what I mean? Because I think that's also the problem is a lot of these players that we're talking about, when it's in these winning opportunities, these finals, they're making a difference on the offense, on the defensive side. And when you're 6'2", 6'1".
Yeah, exactly. It's right.
Right. I get it.
They ain't doing it.
Right. And there's a difference when LeBron or Kobe or Shaq or Zion say to themselves, fuck that, I'm taking this shit over. There's just going to be a different impact on the game as when a Steph or a Trey or Isaiah says, fuck that, I'm going to take this shit over. It's only so much you can do at 6'1", 6'2".
Especially on a sustained, consistent, multi-game perspective. You could do it for a game, you might do it for a stretch.
Right.
But, their size allows them to impact a game or a series,
Yeah. So that was my only question, Pooh, about Ja is
But he's a monster.
No, he is a monster. He absolutely a monster. Yeah.
No, yeah, I thought about his size as well. Yeah. But that's just what came out.
He's your Jadakiss.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. But I think at 20, and then it's the other thing, like with Giannis, to me, will he ever develop a consistent three? Because the 3-point shot is such a big part of today's game.
But it's bubbling though, and he's just 25.
Right, that's what. But like it looks like it will. But
you know what I mean? Like, but project it out in the sense of like when LeBron was 25, 26, his long game was inconsistent.
Right.
But as he continued to develop and shoot it, and yo, kid is damn near automatic now. Like, I mean, looking at LeBron like,
it is.
You can shoot.
But LeBron, like when LeBron was 25, the three, it was a different game. Like we talked about this before, where like that's why I salute guys like LeBron and KD so much, is because they actually had to bridge two different styles of play. When LeBron came to the league, the 3-point shot was not as big of a deal as it is now. It's like now, you got guys, if you can't play center if you can't shoot the three. So like Giannis is 25 when the three is a necessity, not a luxury. And so it looks like it'll develop. I mean, it's getting better. But I also thought Darius Miles would have a nice jumper by the time he was 30.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But I hope he continues to develop it, because at this point his physical gifts allow him to, just take advantage and go by people. Yeah. And as he gets older, those gifts, they go. Yeah. So absolutely, he needs to develop a shot. But that kid,
that's the best Euro in the game, man. His Euro's sick. Like I used to be like, yo, Wade got the best Euro in the game, and he had the other cats with the Euro, but the joint is crazy. Like he can, I can't even explain it. He just flat out just changed directions on a dime, no dribble, right. and he dunking.
And it's because his strides are so long, down on you so fast. People are automatically on their heels before he even gets to them.
Right.
It's crazy because how they say
he can dribble. I mean, he's very skilled.
He is, and it's crazy because you can see how much ground he eats up. You know how they say don't run from a bear because a bear will be on you before you know it. Like they so big, you think they're gonna be lumbering, but what they say, a bear can cover a football field in 10 steps, in 10 strides. That's kind of like Giannis, where it's like you look at him and he's like at the opposite free throw line, and next thing you know, he look up in 2 dribbles, he dunking. It's crazy.
That kid's a beast.
Yeah, he is. They call him the freak for a reason. So, but yeah, so I officially relinquish the LeBron mantle to Giannis, pending free playoff performance.
Right. And well. Hey, all I'm focused on with LeBron, he can give up the best player in the league.
Right.
Just get us the championship, dog. Because somebody who we ain't mentioned, and if he has a monster playoff season, he might cause people to throw him in the conversation, is AD. Right. I mean, like, AD has the ability. You playing with LeBron now? Like, this isn't supposed to be LeBron leading the way. This is supposed to be AD leading the way. Like, this is my time to show the world that I'm the best player in the league. And take us to the damn finals. Yeah, and that's what I'm expecting from him.
Right, and that's what's going to be, to me, I think that's what's going to be most likely in the playoffs. This is why I'm saying I'm hesitant on Giannis, is because we already know that he's their go-to guy. But Giannis, he does so many things well. But like AD, they could really, like, that's the beauty of the playoffs, is there's going to be possessions where you just need a shot. You need a guy that can get buckets. And there can be points and stretches in fourth quarters where Bron just get it to AD and say, get me buckets. And that's going to be your guy. And I think, in big series, that could elevate a guy like AD that could elevate his status.
Because he hasn't played in the NBA. He hasn't played in big games,
right?
Like what he's about to experience, hopefully, in this playoff run. So it'd be cool to see how he handles it. I'm expecting him to plow through the West. That's what we want.
Right.
That's why we brought you here.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll see. We'll be doing these buy or sells every week. I'll make a statement, see if we're gonna buy or sell it. So
buy or sell.
Yeah. All right.
I like that. That's nice. I like that. I can rock with that. Buy or sell.
No doubt. We're gonna jump into a commercial really quick. We'll be back, and we're going to our listener question, and then we got the trivia. We'll be right back.
Hey, Siri.
Hey, how may I help you?
Play the Relationship Status Podcast.
Playing the Relationship Status Podcast.
I would ask him, what are you doing? Where are you going with this? What are you trying? And he really didn't have, a real answer.
Okay.
So I didn't feel like we were going to be compatible later on down the line.
I think that goes back to something I've often heard and think myself, that men date women thinking they're never going to change, and women date men
thinking that they are,
thinking that they can change them.
Relationship Status. New episode every Monday at 12 noon on Defy Life Network.
Yo, welcome back to episode 146 of the Defy Life Podcast. This is J.R. Glymph, along with Alvin Glymph and Thomas Stevens. Shout out to Relationship Status, Yosh, CL, Neek. Y'all definitely check them out. We gonna jump into our listener question for the week. Really good question. So, should I write the name down? Let me find out who sent this question. All right, Al, Tim from Fort Worth, Texas wants to know, would you rather be the heavyweight champ, a.k.a. the baddest man on the planet, or the 100-meter world record holder, a.k.a. the fastest man on the planet?
So I thought that was a pretty interesting question. So shout out to our listeners who always come through with some dope-ass questions. So as I thought about this one, when you talk about the heavyweight champ as the baddest man on the planet, I think kind of like LeBron as the best player in the league, that's highly debatable as we watch MMA and look at these mixed martial artists who I would like to see fight a heavyweight champion, see who is really the baddest man on the planet. So I question that just off the rip, if the heavyweight champ is the baddest man on the planet. Just a little context. But that being said, my answer would be I like to be the fastest man. And simply put, I ain't never been a street fighter, but I've won a fight or two before in my life. I don't know if I've ever won a race. I ain't never had speed. So to be able to say I could beat anybody, that's probably a dream of mine, because I ain't never been able to beat nobody. So yeah, that would be my answer.
Okay. All right, Pooh, what say you? As a guy who was considered the fastest kid ever came through Newberry at one point. Which one you taking?
Man, I'm taking them wheels, man. I'm definitely give me, see my picture plastered all over the place and know that the kids can't stand a chance racing this guy. Let me be that guy. Wheels, Mr. Wheels.
Yes,
hands down.
Okay. The way I kind of looked at this one was like legacy. I think of all the heavyweight champions in the history of the world, I think people still like revere Mike Tyson more than anybody. Like people still don't want to fight Mike.
Mm-hmm. Jay, I can't hold hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
That better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. I did my 2 steps again.
Muhammad Ali though, and he's one that with the debatable on who's revered more, Ali or Tyson. But I get your Tyson is legendary.
Right. And when I say revered, I mean as far as like being the baddest man on the planet. You get what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, gotcha.
In that sense, like people still scared of Mike, and Mike 60 almost. And I always think of like the fastest man on the planet being what have you done for me lately kind of thing. So you know, so it doesn't like people don't revere Carl Lewis as much as they do Mike Tyson, or because now it's Usain Bolt. But who's going to be the next guy? Like people damn near forget about Michael Johnson, and at one point he was the fastest man on the planet. So I just think it's kind of a who currently holds it versus like a legendary status kind of thing where like if you was the baddest man on the planet, that shit lasts forever. So I think I would take that. I would, you know, if I'm Mike Tyson and I'm damn near a comedian now, but people still fear me, I'll take that. So, I mean, either one of them are not a bad title to hold.
Did you see when Lennox and Holyfield and Tyson were in the ring together?
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool. Whoever did that,
right? It was a cool moment, and
put that together.
And
that's
also,
a nice moment,
right? And it also goes to show just how revered Tyson is. Like when they was like Lewis, they was like, yeah, that's pretty, yeah. And like Holyfield, like, yeah. They announced Mike again. Folks just went nuts because it's Mike.
Correct. So, and the promoters knew they you see who got top villains who was the last to get announced. Yeah, they recognize.
Right. So
I didn't see that. What happened?
So at the fight before the Wilder and Fury fight, they brought out Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and Mike Tyson into the ring and gave them like medals or some shit. But it was just a nice little recognition of a heavyweight champion era, the '90s, I guess. Right. And so it was cool. It was a nice moment to see them in the ring together. I think they had all fought each other, right? I think Mike fought Lennox, Evander fought Lennox. Yeah, they all fought each other.
Yeah, it was a really cool moment.
Mm-hmm. Actually, though, I'll never, just a little venting on my end, that Lennox Lewis fight and Lennox and Mike Tyson fight is where I officially just totally relinquish any hope as a Tyson fan. Like,
right. Yeah,
he's done.
Like, it's over. Right.
It's over. Al, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
The old Tyson is gone.
Yeah. So, with that question, I'm going to put you on the spot. Al, who's your favorite athlete of all time?
Oh, my favorite athlete of all time. Give me a second.
I know I'm putting you on the spot. Pooh, start thinking.
I don't even think.
Well, answer then. Who's yours?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, man, y'all know my favorite athlete of all time.
MJ. Okay.
MJ, man. So, with a close Dion. But go ahead.
All right. So here's the question. At what point did you know it was just a wrap for Mike? Like physically? Like when you just look like, oh, it's done. He done.
Physically. Man. I knew he was done when he jumped back in for the Wizards. I knew he was still a very, very good ball player, but I knew the Mike that I had revered and adored, I knew that Mike was done. Was there like a specific, like, was it the AI shake when AI crossed him up? Like, was there a specific moment though?
or play or?
I can't think. I can't think of anything right now.
Right.
Like if I would have definitely thought about it,
Yeah.
Maybe by the time Al is done, I'll have something.
All right, Al. All right. First, did you narrow it down? Who's your guy?
So not really. But I'm gonna go with because I've just liked some real.
Well, who's in your
Okay, so
thought
I'll say like you got like Lawrence Taylor, Magic Johnson, Derek Jeter, Kobe. Yeah, I mean it's just been some cool ass athletes. Palomalu. You know what I mean? Like just cats who I really just took a liking to because I just like the way you play. Like the way you bring it, and whether you on my team or not, like I like it. D Rose is one. Allen Iverson. King Griffey.
I thought Pat Ewing might be on that list.
Junior.
All right.
Let me be specific. Junior. Although his dad was pretty good, but I'm talking about Junior.
Right. The kid.
The kid. Like, yeah. He was one that I liked, from 18, his whole career. Really liked the way he played baseball and the way he just brought it on the field.
Okay. So I'm gonna make you pick one. And
okay.
Same question. At what point did you know
question.
they were done? Yeah.
Let's go with well, just take it back to Magic. So when Magic came back, like, after the A's thing, and he was no longer playing guard. Let's say that. Right. At one point, they had Magic playing power forward. That's when I knew, like, damn, you done lost your spot, B. Like, you guard no more. You hanging on as a forward? Like, wow.
All right. Yeah.
And
yeah. Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment, man. It was my favorite all time. I'm the biggest Steelers fan there is, but nobody will ever take Lawrence Taylor as my favorite athlete ever.
Yeah.
LT is the standard for me. But I remember there was a play when Lawrence Taylor turned the corner and he was chasing and could not catch Dan Marino.
Oh, wow.
And I mean,
that's what you knew.
Right. And Marino was scrambling. Like, it ain't like he was moving around the like, he was literally scrambling. It was a foot race. And LT couldn't catch Dan Marino. And that's when I knew it was over, man. My dude had lost it. It was
the cool thing about boxing. And when you talk about that one-on-one shit, and it's not cool, especially if you're the athlete. But I do like seeing people kind of get their ass whooped. Like that's when so and so has lost it. Like I can remember the Sugar Ray Leonard when I was like Terry Norris whooped his ass, and I was like, wow.
Ain't no
coming back. Sugar, yeah, you need to retire, B.
No doubt.
Lost it. You ain't. And he might afford more, but you can tell. And Roy Jones.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Man,
yeah. I remember that. It was like,
I do.
Tarver.
Yeah, he lost. He lost.
I can't really think, man. I was just so. Oh man, I can't think of anything right now with Mike, but I can think of. I can think of something with Dion.
Okay. Oh man,
he was playing, man. He was playing for the Skins, and he was doing all that dancing and carrying on at the beginning of the game.
I knew you was going.
And right before kickoff, like I thought he was dancing, and I thought he was still dancing, and he still having a back spasm. He couldn't even play.
Yes.
I was like, yo, Prom. I was like, no, Prom. in that year they played against the Panthers, and it might have been the first round of the playoffs, or to get in the playoffs, and the Panthers just waxed them, and they knocked Dion out the game on a punt return, and I was like, damn, my dog done. He was getting beat like a drum out there. Right. I was like, damn, my dog done. He done.
It's over.
Yeah, I remember that game.
You remember that game?
Yeah,
he ended up coming back to the Ravens. Yeah, but
I remember that game because I remember talking to you after it happened. You was like, he said, my dog done.
My dog done.
He said, my dog done, Jay. I said, what happened? The kid had back spasms.
Back spasms.
It's over then.
I knew it was over. He was dancing and clowning, and I was like, oh boy, Prime's still out there dancing. And next thing I was like, yo, they got the train around him though. And, I was like, damn, Prime, are you playing? My dog, man.
Yeah, man. It's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
It's a bad feeling to see your guy go down.
My God, yeah.
So.
I mean, that's why, some athletes choose to go out on top.
Right.
Right.
But, it's also been an amazing thing to me, though, where some guys are able to perform. Like, they might have stayed too long, but they still leave, like, with some miraculous shit. Like, Derek Jeter ended his career, like, with a walk-off hit.
Yeah.
Like, it was
like Kobe.
Yeah, take that shit. I'm out.
Right.
Yeah.
So some of them guys say, like, who was it? It's like, which running back it was. Might have been like Eric Dickinson, but he was like, I never be what I never be what I once was, but I can always be what I was once. For that last one. So, I don't know. I just know it's been plenty of guys like you mentioned, Palomalu. His last year where he couldn't, he was getting left in the dust by tight ends and couldn't cover nobody. Kid out of them Nike cements, fool.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. Levon Kirkland's another one. I remember when I knew it was over for Levon when they played the Jaguars and a young Fred Taylor was running circles around Kirkland. It was a wrap. I just knew it. When I saw Shaq lay it up one time, I was like, oh, it's over. This dude.
Yeah.
Like a wide open. He just laid it up.
He like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt my back. Man.
Exactly.
Tap glass on this.
Right.
Yeah. It's over. Let it go.
Right. No. Oh no. Y'all ready for some trivia?
No doubt, man.
All right.
Let's do it.
I got 3 categories. Each category is kind of lends itself to what we talked about tonight. So we did talk a little bit of NBA and some playoff push. So we have 3 men in the squad, NBA playoff push edition. So just a hint, all of these teams are in. They're 1 through 4. Each team that we talk about are in fighting for a playoff spot.
Okay.
Next category is workout warriors. We're talking about NFL combine stars. The combines just started this week. And last one is heavyweight upsets. Which we just talked about that. The heavyweights. So, and each category has 1 through 4. For 3 men in the squad, as usual, if you can give me, of course, all 3, the team they play for, you get points. If you can give me the position of each player, you get double points. Workout warriors, if you can give me, of course, the name, you get the points. If you give me what's their alma mater, you get double points. And heavyweight upsets, if you can give me the name of the guy who got the upset, you get the points. And if you give me the year of the fight, you get double points.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Repeat that again now.
For heavyweights, if you give me the guy's name who beat the favorite, you get the points, and if you give me the year of the fight, you get double points.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I won last week. Al, you hosted, right? No, Pooh hosted. So Pooh, you
I hosted.
Yeah.
I don't feel so confident about these, B. But let me rock with 3 men in a squad for 3.
All right. So we got 3 men in the squad for 3. The 3 names are Taurean Prince, Jarrett Allen, and Karis LeVert.
Don't know any of them. Prince, Allen, LeVert.
10.
Don't have a damn clue.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
The
3,
Memphis Grizzlies.
2. That is incorrect. Those are all Brooklyn Nets. Yes, sir.
Bro, I got to start back watching basketball.
Yes, it's playoff push time. You got it.
Right.
Al, it's on you.
That was which one? That was 3 men in the squad for 3.
3?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me try it for 2.
3 men in the squad for 2. The 3 names are Jaren Jackson, Justice Winslow, Jordan Bell.
That the Lakers?
That is incorrect. That is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, just got traded to the Grizz. Yeah. I knew that one, though. That's whack.
Man. Right, I didn't recognize the other 2, but I was like, well, damn, I know that cat's on the... Okay. All right.
Let me go 3 men in the squad for 4.
3 men in the squad for 4. So you got the jackpot question for the game. You can get triple points on this one.
Let me get it. Get it.
So, if you give me the team, you get the regular points. If you give me the position of all 3 players, you get double points.
Okay.
Since each of these players has had a relative that either currently or formerly played in the NBA, if you can give me all 3 of their relatives, you get triple points.
Okay.
The 3 names are Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jalen Brunson.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavs.
Those are Dallas Mavs. So it's 4 points.
And what else do I need to tell you?
Give me each of their positions.
Okay. Name the players again.
Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jalen Brunson.
Okay. I'm going to go Hardaway Jr. Damn, what Hardaway Jr. play? Did he play the point? I'm going to go 2, the shooting guard for Hardaway Jr. I'm going to go, got to go shooting guard for Seth Curry. And I got to go Bronson. I got to go small forward.
Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. is a shooting guard. Seth Curry is listed as a point guard. But Jalen Brunson is a point guard as well.
Okay.
Yeah. For those
That's
of you
left hand Brunson from Brown Skin Kid, left hand? That's who that Brunson that is?
No. Light skinned kid. That's Rick's boy.
Right. I think his father was a lefty though.
His father was a lefty. He played for Temple.
Okay.
Rick Brunson. But Seth Curry, of course, is Steph's little brother. Tim Hardaway Jr., of course, is the son of the UTEP two-step. And Jalen Brunson is Rick Brunson's son.
Gotcha.
So, but you did get 4 out of that.
That's 4 out of it.
Damn, Pooh.
All right. So we got 3 men in the squad. We got 1 left, and everything in the other 2 categories.
Shit, let me go to the boxing one for 3. Was it heavyweight upsets?
Heavyweight upsets. All right. Heavyweight upsets for 3. 20-1 underdog stunned Lennox Lewis by knocking him out in the 5th round to become the heavyweight champ. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm gonna go with Hassan. Was that Rockman?
Hassan Rahman is correct. That's 3 points for Al. The year of the fight for double.
Nah, I don't know where that crazy motherfucker beat him now. He was special.
Yeah, it's 2001. It's crazy. The two dudes that beat Lennox were crazy dudes. Rockman and Oliver McCall were both crazy dudes. Certified.
Yeah, he was crazy too. Yeah.
He had a mental breakdown in the rematch.
Yeah.
Just crying and shit. Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing. That ain't right. Let me stop.
Let me wrap up 3 men in the squad.
3 men in the squad for 1. The 3 names are Jahlil Okafor, Frank Jackson, and Nicolo Melli.
Okafor. Did Okafor ever leave the Pelicans?
9, 8.
Pelicans.
Pelicans. That is correct.
Okay.
All right. For double, you know their positions.
Okafor. Do they have him playing center or power forward? Let me get Okafor. Let me put him at center. And who else?
Frank Jackson and Nicolo Melli.
Melli. Let me put him as small forward. And the other guy, whoever you name, let me put him as shooting guard.
All right. Yeah. Jahlil Okafor is a center.
Okay.
Nicolo Melli is a power forward. He's a stretch forward.
Shit.
And Frank Jackson is a point guard.
Fuck.
Yeah. All right, Al, on you.
Let me try heavyweight for 2.
All right. Heavyweight upsets for 2. He upset George Foreman, sending Foreman into obscurity for damn near 20 years.
Is that Muhammad Ali?
That is Muhammad Ali. He was a 10-1 underdog in that fight. All right, 2 for Al. And
what else?
You know the year?
What else?
74.
1974. 4 points for Al. Good one. All right, and Al took the lead with that. Scores Pooh has 5, Al has 7.
I see.
All right, what we got, Pooh?
I'm gonna get fights, man, for 4, so Al can't get this shit.
Killing me, bro. Don't be like that.
Heavyweight upsets for 4. He upset Max Baer in a fight that the Russell Crowe movie Cinderella Man was based on.
What the hell was that kid's name? Was that his name in the movie? Max Baer.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I can't remember his name, yeah. What is it?
James Braddock.
James Bulldog Braddock.
1935, right. Oh,
yo, I done watched that movie at least 110 times.
Man, me too. And we probably watched it together like 70.
Right. I knew Cinderella Man. I knew Bulldog. Jay, come on, man. I knew that.
All right, Al, on you.
Let me do heavyweight upsets for 1.
Heavyweight upsets for 1. He's the first man to ever beat Mike Tyson.
James Buster Douglas.
James Buster Douglas. And double for the year?
1990, the same night I was at Lemoyne College selling Bob Marley T-shirts.
No doubt.
Dude comes up to me and is like, yo, let me take 2 of those. And like, yo, Tyson lost tonight.
Like, word. What? Wow.
What? I can remember it like it was yesterday. Yes.
That's crazy. 2 more for Al.
What's left with the fights? 3, isn't it?
No, the fights are done and 3 men in the squad are done.
That kid got every fight correct. Fights done got him back in the game. And
yeah.
What's left, Jay?
You got all the workout combine stars, 1 through 4.
Give me 3. Combine star for 3.
Combine stars for 3. This physical freak of a pass rusher was drafted 6th overall in 2008 by the New York Jets At 6'3", 266, he ran a 4.58 40. Who is it?
What's that kid's name, yo?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mingo, Martavis Mingo. I know it's not him, though.
No, it's not Mingo. Al, you know it?
Copels.
Oh, nope. Wrong.
It's not Quinn.
Wasn't Copels.
I do
Wasn't
know
Quentin Covels. Vernon Golston.
Oh, he was a bum for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew him, though. God. I just couldn't think.
He had a great college career. He never could get it going in the
Kid
Jets.
looked like Tarzan, played like Jane.
Yeah.
All right, Al, on you.
What was that for 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Trey.
Let me do Workout Warriors for 4.
Warriors for 4. Not all combine warriors are busts. This 290-pound former tight end turned his performance into the 11th overall pick in 2011 and became one of the league's most feared defenders in history.
That J.J. Watt?
That is J.J. Watt. Sure. And
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. He was a tight end?
He was a tight end. J.J. Watt was a tight end at Central Michigan. He was teammates and offensive teammates with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown and J.J. Watt were the top receiver and tight end on that offense. And he transferred to another school where they switched him to defensive end. Do you know that school for double points?
Wow.
Iowa. I have no idea.
Yes.
Right. Conference, wrong team. It was Wisconsin.
Yes.
Wisconsin.
I'll take that.
All of the Watt brothers went to Wisconsin.
Okay. Did not know that.
No.
I'll still take my 4 points, though.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't get it all, though.
Yeah.
Let me get it for the 2, Jay. Combine Cats for the 2.
Combine Stars for 2. The Jacksonville Jaguars made this quarterback the 7th overall pick, but drafted him as a wide receiver after he blew up the combine in 1993.
Arkansas. What was that kid's name? Arkansas quarterback.
10, 9, 8.
Oh, I just
7,
went blank. I keep going blank,
6,
yo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn it. I'm blank, man. I forgot his name.
His name is Matt Jones.
Matt
From
Jones.
Arkansas. 6'6", 230 pounds of white boy flashing down the sidelines and dropping the ball. That was Matt Jones for you.
Matt Jones, Arkansas. I went blank as soon as you said that.
Wow. Last one's on you, Al, for shits and giggles. So you already got this wrapped up.
I'll take it.
This pass rusher is one of the first prospects to train specifically for combine drills. He blew up the 1995 combine and was drafted 7th overall by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Javon Curse.
By the Eagles?
That's incorrect. It's Mike Mamula.
Mike Mamula.
Maybe the most famous combine warrior of all time. Boston
Where did he
College.
play? Where did he play?
Boston College.
Oh, BC? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that kid? Matthias Kiwanuka played for Boston College, didn't he?
He did, yep.
I thought that kid was going to be so good.
Matthias Kiwanuka.
He was all right.
Former
but I thought he was going to be a monster.
Former guest of the long and short of it. Shout out to you, Matthias.
Shout out, Matthias. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Now he's the owner of he has his own winery.
Oh, man. Go get it.
No doubt.
Oh, say that again. He got what?
He has his own winery.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
What's the name of the merch?
I have to check it out. I'll say that.
I'm gonna have to buy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy one and post it and tag him on it.
No doubt. Yeah, that's what.
Support, no doubt.
Absolutely. So I'll send you. Now I'll mention it next week on the show as well.
No doubt.
That's good shit.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, Pooh. Al, you won. What you got for me? So, what's your parting shot?
Man, my parting shot is I was reading the newspaper today online, and a young girl was hit in New York City. 10-year-old girl on her way to school, hit by a bus, killed her. The brother, 15-year-old brother, was with her, hit him, like he broke his leg. And as I was reading the article, it was also mentioned that there were 20 deaths like that in New York City this year. Now, I mean, part of that is the fact that there's a lot of people who live in New York, so the numbers are going to be higher than a lot of places. But it's also due to the fact that New York City is a city that pedestrians don't have the right of way. That cars drive with the understanding that if you're walking the streets, you're going to move out my way. I'm not stopping for you. And I've almost got hit a couple of times returning back to New York, forgetting the culture, thinking I'm in the South and I can just walk into the street and somebody's going to let me not hit this motherfucker. But nah, it's literally, the rules are different to where you don't walk in front of a car. The cars go before you. And with little kids, it's dangerous. And it's something that when I was living in New York, I just thought that's just how other cities were until I left. And then I, learned that in other cities, pedestrians have the right of way, and you wait for them to cross the street. You don't just plow right through. And so I say that just because, to me, that's part of something that should change in that city. And why I don't. And it's unfortunate that people are losing their life because a city refuses to change its ways and allow pedestrians to walk in front of a fucking car that's moving full speed.
Wow.
It's just crazy.
It is. It's sad as hell. Wow. Wow. Pooh, what you got for me?
Man, yeah, definitely, Al. That was wow. No clue. Yeah. I had no clue.
Yeah, it's just a different way of living, man. Like, it's if you in a parking lot and you walk into the aisle, you better look both ways because motherfuckers is driving like ain't nobody gonna walk in front of my car.
That's
right.
Nuts.
And
Wow.
And you know that. As a New Yorker, you like, nah, go ahead. Okay.
Right.
Okay, now I can cross the street.
Right.
In other cities, it's, I'm crossing the street, a car sees me coming, they're going to be like, oh, damn, let me slow down and allow this man to cross the street. Nah, I don't know if it's this sense of we got places to go, this idea that people are rushing, or if it's too many people, we can't just be waiting because the whole city will be jammed up. So we want cars to keep flowing. I'm not sure what the rationale is, but it is understood by everyone. Cars have the right of way.
Wow.
No doubt, man.
I'm glad you told me that.
Man,
went up there, struck my ass across the street. Hey, you gonna wait on me?
You will get hit.
Right.
You will get hit.
Wow.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Man, I don't have much to say. We about to close up on, Black History Month pretty soon. By the next show, it'll be wrapped up. So, happy Black History Month. And, peace.
No doubt. Second that. I ain't got nothing crazy. Just, first of all, Al, it was good seeing your wife this weekend.
Yeah. She said she enjoyed herself.
Yeah, we had a good time. She came up for the baby shower for my niece, and so it was good seeing her. And she also accepted her spot on the in the trivia, Defy Life trivia battleground on the Better Halves episode. So she will be there.
Nice, very nice.
I just told her I need a category from her, so just get that for me. Let me know. But yeah, so that was fun. But yeah, nothing really crazy. It's halftime of the Lakers and Pelicans right now. The young boys are holding their own. They're down 6 at half. The Pelicans are to the Lakers, but at half, Brandon Ingram has 18. and Zion has 17 and 4 boards. So they hanging in there, man. It's just a fun game to watch. Of course, I ain't really got to watch it, but just looking at the stats, and at least it's a close game.
I'm gonna peek at it for a little while right now, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and shit, we can afford to do that. Now that we ain't been on here but an hour and a half, look at us.
Okay. Good job, fellas.
Right. No doubt, man. West side.
No doubt. And just as you say that, Pooh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander walks in with his Tupac sweatshirt on. Dope.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Kid walk in with a Tupac hoodie.
Oh, that's what it is.
Okay.
So, hi guys. Well, it's again damn good show as always. Enjoyed it. This has been episode 146 of the Defy Life Podcast. Definitely check us out on your on DefyLifePods.com and everywhere else your favorite podcasts are available. Rate us 5 stars, share, tell somebody about the show. We'll talk to y'all next week. Until then, Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life. Peace.
Best Medicine Podcast with Simba, sparking positive change in the community, having real conversations and therapy. And you know that laughter's the best remedy. Got that heavy dose of humor for your hearts to heal. With mental health, it can't get any more real, yeah. Best Medicine Podcast. Laugh, love, learn. Best Medicine Podcast.
Best Med Pod. It's your man Simba Roar back in this thing one more time, bruh. Come get your weekly diagnosis Thursday at midnight. Only on the Defy Life Podcast Network. Check us out, though.